What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with the Realest breakdown, Joe Smith Jr. versus Sullivan Barrera. I want to give my post-fight thoughts. Right now I'm on my Twitter. I was kind of doing some round-by-round tweets. Give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. I actually started tweeting late, but I caught the early rounds. First round, Joe Smith Jr., he connected with, I think it was a left hook. Beautiful. It was like on the forehead, temple-ish. And he dropped Sullivan Barrera. But most would take that as a good thing. It almost seemed like that was a bad thing because Joe Smith Jr. in this fight, he kind of disappointed. Now, I like Joe Smith Jr. as a person. I don't know him personally, but I like his story. A union worker, modest, and he came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Even his name is an all-American name, Joe Smith Jr. You know what I mean? Irish-American, came out of nowhere, stops Fanfara. And we're like, okay. Then he proves that he's no joke in the Bernard Hopkins fight by knocking him, the only person to knock out B-Hop. So I like Joe Smith Jr. I wanted to see him at least do well. I like Sullivan Barrera too. I was actually going to go to Miami to link up with him. Just time schedules and stuff didn't align. But I thought Sullivan Barrera looked good. To me, after the first round knockdown, Joe Smith Jr., he was kind of searching. It looked like he was searching for one big punch. And that's one of the problems which we're going to get into later. So the rounds 2 and 3, actually round 2, the very round after Sullivan Barrera was hurt or knocked down, he actually got up pretty good. That's a testament to the shape he's in. But we know Joe Smith Jr. has a big punch, so I'll just consider him as being rattled by the shot. He got knocked down, got dropped. Barrera made some good adjustments. He made some good adjustments because he actually got more aggressive. And as the fight wore on, we were able to see Sullivan Barrera. And I tell you guys all the time, the Cuban boxing school is no joke. A lot of the guys, even if they fight like Gamboa, Luis Ortiz, Sullivan Barrera, all these dudes, I'm not trying to stereotype, but even the guys, no matter the guys who are like, have more of a defense like a Rigondeaux, or guys who are more offensive, a lot of them have a good grasp on basic boxing fundamentals, which is important because those aren't going nowhere. And to me, Sullivan Barrera made championship level adjustments because he started pressuring. He could have been like, oh, he hurt me with the punch. But to me, from what I've seen rounds 2 and I think rounds 3, he got more aggressive. And you've seen Joe Smith Jr. slowly but surely kind of get taken out of the fight, maybe mentally or whatever. But he was trying to fight off the back foot, and that's not his style. I don't think he respected Bernard Hopkins' power enough. Bernard Hopkins is not a career light heavy. He's 51. So Joe Smith Jr. is a pretty big dude. So to me, I don't think he wasn't anticipating that. He was maybe anticipating a war or some easy work. You know what I mean? Even against Shabransky, a victory for Sullivan Barrera, he was able to get knocked down. But see, that's what I'm saying. Kovalev versus Ward 1, fights like that. Sometimes these big punchers, it actually fucks with them when they get a knockdown early, round 1 or 2, because at the end of the day, it's like they're searching for that. And then meanwhile, you have an Andre Ward versus Kovalev in the first fight, or a Sullivan Barrera, like, okay, I got knocked down. Let's go, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And then they pick up the pace. And to me, this was an easy fight to score. I pretty much gave Sullivan Barrera mostly all the rounds except for the first one. There was a later round where Joe Smith Jr., he landed a couple good shots, like some big rights, but I don't know if that was even enough to win the round. So I said very good round 4 for Sullivan Barrera. He's composed himself nicely since the early knockdown. And that was kind of, I don't know, with Joe Smith Jr., it just seemed kind of weird, like he was searching for it. Oh, my dude Errol Spence said Ghost needs to retire. Yeah, that Robert Guerrero fight, if you're a huge Ghost fan, that was ugly. He got stopped by Omar Figueroa, knocked down 5 times. He looks past it. There's no way he can. If you're losing to Omar Figueroa, who was off a year layoff, and if you guys want, leave me a comment and I'll do a review of that if you guys want. I gotta watch the rest of this HBO card, but if you're losing to Omar Figueroa off a year plus layoff, who's not even a proven welterweight, he's frame wise pretty big, but I mean he ain't beat no top name, he ain't beat no Sean Porter or nothing like that. So to me, that's a sign that Guerrero needs to hang him up. Then I said Joe Smith Jr. fighting the wrong fight. He's not Canelo Marquez style fighter who could fight good backing up. His bread and butter is aggression. I don't understand his MO and his game plan for the fight. He was letting Sullivan Barrera kind of walk him down and things like that. You have to beat, like I said, a Canelo, a Marquez, a Floyd. Guys like that could fight good off the back foot. That would be like Golovkin fighting 12 rounds or a bunch of rounds going backwards. He doesn't really do that. And to Golovkin's credit, he doesn't make that an option. You know what I mean? And I says he keeps letting Sullivan Barrera walk him down. And Barrera is clearly the better boxer. Like I said, Cuban boxing school. Barrera was landing vicious uppercuts throughout the fight that were rocking Joe Smith Jr. I think Joe Smith Jr. showed some heart in spots, like where he was just trying to throw some heat and catch him, but his timing seemed off. Oh, this was funny to me. I said Roy Jones Jr. be trying the fuck out of Jim Lampley, laughing my ass off, constantly correcting him. I forgot what the conversation was about, but Jim Lampley had made a comment, and Roy Jones just basically said the opposite of everything Lampley said. No, I don't think that's the case, Jim. I just like when that happens. It's funny to me because actually with whatever it is, I don't remember if you guys remember, put in the comment section, but I agree with Roy Jones on the standpoint of whatever the topic was. I don't really remember. I should have wrote it down. And to me, I said Joe Smith Jr. looks to be a big dude for the division. I'm wondering if he has stamina issues. He hasn't really done shit since the knockdown. That's my honest thought. I don't know if he was gassing out. Joe Smith Jr., his corner is giving him the proper advice, in my opinion. They gave him a sense of urgency. I love a good corner. Yeah, this is what I noticed. I said Joe Smith Jr. seems uninterested in there to me, like in the ring. Sullivan Barrera was picking him off, pacing himself well, and also landing the bigger punches. Overhand rights, just some solid sweeping rights, uppercuts. He was kind of getting off when he wanted to. And this is what I feel too. I said that's the other thing in boxing. After stopping Andres Fonfara and Bernard Hopkins, you start to feel yourself. Your confidence grows. So it might grow to the point where you expect an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? You knocked out Bernard Hopkins, who we know is crafty. You know what I mean? Sullivan Barrera got knocked down by Ward, who people don't consider him the biggest puncher in the division, and also Shabransky. So maybe Joe Smith Jr. was expecting, like, I got all this momentum, it's going to be some easy work. I also like the Marcus Brown victory too. He stopped Shawnee Monahan, 2 undefeated fighters. That was good. I would like to see Sullivan Barrera versus Marcus Brown. That's a good ass fight. Marcus Brown, I was at his fight before this one with Thomas Top Dog Williams. So those 2 back-to-back stoppages kind of redeemed him. He had this fight before that against Radikaz. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I thought he lost that fight. But he's been back on the winning side of things with good, clean-cut victories. So back to Joe Smith Jr. I don't know if he expected some easy work after his confidence rising, knocking out Bernard Hopkins and Andres Fonfara. Sullivan Barrera has an underrated jab. He was getting off with the jab first, getting off all night. Joe Smith got off on some good singles in that round. That was the round I was talking about, but I don't know if it was enough where you would give him the whole round. And then I said Jack Reese told Barrera and Joe Smith Jr. it was the last round. It's actually 10 out of 12, LOL. Now, they said on the telecast, plus if you look at the bottom of the TV screen, it said 10 rounds out of 12. And then they later came back and corrected it, and apparently the promoter switched the fight to a 10-rounder instead of a 12-rounder last minute. So that 10th round was the final round. I thought Barrera won the fight easily. I thought he won the closing round easily. That's what I said. Even closed the 10th round. He looked like he had Joe Smith Jr. hurt in that 10th round and stuff like that. It's weird that they switched that last minute. And this is something else I noticed. I said Andre Ward is a dog. A lot of y'all get mad when I talk about little things with Ward, but Andre Ward made Sullivan Barrera look average. He looked like some easy work because I was there at that fight. And Barrera has since beat Vyacheslav Shabransky, a notable puncher being pushed by Golden Boy, and then also Joe Smith Jr., another maybe even bigger than Shabransky puncher, and just overall a big guy. So to me, that certain wins like that, when you go on to see what these people do after, you're like, damn, Canelo's a good fighter. Floyd beat him easy. or Ward beat Sullivan Barrera pretty easy and knocked him down. I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Sullivan Barrera has, he could challenge for a title. I wouldn't mind watching him fight Adonis Stevenson. I don't know that I want to see an Andre Ward rematch, just because we've already seen it, and I don't know. Ward's more acclimated to the division, so I don't know if it would be truly that much more competitive. Sullivan Barrera wins via unanimous decision. Thought the scorecards were closer than they should be. Very easy fight to score, but the right man won. That's a good thing of boxing. I thought they had the scorecards kind of wide, but at the end of the day, at least the right person won, which was Sullivan Barrera. So overall, I really expected more from this. I thought this was going to be more of a war, but look at these pictures. Sullivan Barrera was getting off. He was getting off first too. Joe Smith just looked like he didn't want to be there. Like, I don't know. That was the first round knockdown. But after that point, he just kind of let Sullivan Barrera get into a rhythm, and it was just murder she wrote. So that's the Realest breakdown. Shout out to both for at least attempting to step up and fight each other. Shout out to Sully for the victory. He made it look pretty easy, and he kind of stopped the Joe Smith Jr. train. Joe Smith Jr. was on a roll. He had some steam. And then Sullivan Barrera, using his craftiness, his Cuban boxing school, and his amateur pedigree, he did what he had to do. And I really think, it's neither here nor there, but I think he might have been able to stop Joe Smith Jr. And sometimes when you get hurt early, you're a little bit cautious, and that might throw you off. Because you're like, okay, this dude definitely has enough power to put me down. You know what I mean? But if that knockdown never happened, I think Sullivan Barrera, there's a good chance that he would have stopped Joe Smith Jr. because boxing's like that sometimes, where the fact that you knock someone down, that's going to make them think twice. Like, I could be real aggressive, mad aggressive right here, but I don't want to chance it. So credit to Joe Smith Jr. for producing that knockout, but it's just after that point, he didn't really do too much. That's my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. What was your favorite fight from tonight? Still got to watch Takashi Miura. That fight with Miguel Berchelt, that should be a war. I don't see how that won't deliver. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.